Rabbi Avraham Rafael Khalfon, Zecher Tzaddik Libracha, great rabbi, Moroccan rabbi of his time. He was born in English year 1820 and he passed away in the year 1886. He was about 66 years of age when he passed away. I'm not too sure the exact date it happened to be. He was born in an area called Tetouan in Morocco. He would pass away in Haifa, part of Eretz Israel, obviously under the Ottoman rule at that point in time. Let's explore a few of the highlights of the great rabbi's life. Now he's going to go on to become a Shluchid Rabbanan, a Shadar, a rabbi in Tetouan in Morocco, also a rabbi in Tiberias, and the head of Jewish court and the Rosh Yeshiva in Haifa. Okay, so he was born, came from great auspices. His father was Yaakov Khalfon in Tetouan in Morocco. And while he was young, he would learn inside the local foundation was stopped in its place over there. Now when he would grow up, he'd get married to Esther, Rabbanit Esther. I think she actually came from the family of the Salama family, if I'm not mistaken. And I think very much would become at that point in time a rabbi inside the city. Come the year 1860, he would be about 40 years of age at that point in time. He would make Aliyah and move to the land of Israel. This was way before the formation of the State of Israel. We're talking about 88 years before. This is 1860. He would go together with his family over there, and he would settle in one of the four holy cities of Israel, Tiberias. And over there he'll be appointed to a rabbinic position in Tiberias also itself. Very, very much, I think, during a period of time, a specific period of time, he would go on to dwell in the city of Haifa over there. Remember, Haifa had a great Jewish community in that point in time. It's getting settled very much. And now, obviously, it's obviously huge amount of opportunity over there. But at that point in time, it was very much improving area, let's say growing area. After the passing of Rabbi Chaim Yeshua Elazar HaKohen Chamtzi, I believe this was in the year 1881. At that point in time, he was about 61 years of age. The great rabbi who we're speaking about today, Rav Khalfon. He would be appointed, let's just say, as part of the head of the Jewish court of Bet Din inside this place, and the Rosh Yeshiva, two very prominent positions over there. Now remember, at that point in time, the whole miskeret of that place, he would become a Shluchei Rabbanan. He would become a rabbinic emissary, where he traveled to various different countries and neighboring countries, let's just say, in of its own right. He would go to Beirut in Lebanon, for example. He would also go to Izmir in Turkey. Izmir had like a bastion of Jewish community at that point in time, and he would also be working with regards to representing the Moroccan community, the Jewish people from Morocco of Eretz Yisrael, also respectively at that point in time. He was at that point in time he was corresponding with many of the great rabbis of different areas also, I think including Rabbi Menashe Saton, who was a great rabbi at that point in time. They would I think have great correspondence, especially in Beirut with the rabbis there. Also Rabbi Yaakov Shaul Elishar would later on, I believe, become a Rishon LeZion. Also Rabbi Shmuel Abu Lafia, one of the great rabbis from the Abu Lafia family dynasty. Also Rabbi Yeshua Basis, this is another rabbi he was corresponding to. Rabbi Yitzchak Chai Tayyib, who was one of the great Tunisian rabbis of his time. I think also he would compose various different piyutim, Jewish poetry in of itself, songs in of itself. I think and would correspond do a piyut in honor of Rabbi Meir Balanes. Also, this is very interesting. He would write different compositions for the festival of Hanukkah also, and various other importances. Now, I believe, I think this will be, he would visit different kabarim, I think especially in the 1860s, late 1868, if I'm not mistaken, over there. Now, he passed away, I believe, in 1886. I think the Hebrew date of his passing was the 9th of April. That was naturally the 4th of Nisan. I think maybe we mentioned about it in class over there. And he was buried close to the burial plot of Rabbi Dama, I believe. Afterwards, let's explore his family life. His son was Rabbi Yamin Khalfon. And I think among his grandchildren was Rabbi Mordechai Khalfon. I think nicknamed Shmuel Khalfon in of itself. He had a son also, Rabbi Shmuel Khalfon, who would become a tradesman and part of, I believe, the Hebra Kadisha in Haifa, and also was working in the Alliance Beit Sefer, so called the Kol Yisrael Chaverim Bet Sefer in of itself. respectively. I think his son Yosef was also a merchant and an Arabic teacher or a Greek teacher, I think, and an Arabic teacher, if I'm not mistaken, in the Alliance school system, also in Haifa, I believe. Also, another one of his sons, Rabbi Moshe Khalfon, was a man of the congregation, rabbi in of itself. I think he would also found the big Knesset and yeshiva in Haifa, also respectively. He would get married to the daughter of Rabbi Moshe ben Naim, another great rabbi I was talking about before, who I believe was a chief rabbi in Gibraltar. And I think among them had his children, Rabbi Avraham Khalfon, who was a very, very great rabbi of itself. Now, more descendants, his son, Rabbi David Khalfon, was an educator, I think, of Hebrew teacher in the, once again, in the Alliance school system, as they call that, the Chavrat Kol Yisrael Chaverim network in itself. And he was appointed, I think, to be the founder or one of the heads of the Shchunat Arad of the Jewish community in Haifa, also respectively. Among them, there was children, Shlomo, who would become also a teacher and educator inside the various different school networks, also I think in Cairo, respectively, and various other educators. I think his daughter, he had his daughter, if I'm not mistaken, Seti, was also I think connected to in Rabbi Naftali Lordo, if I'm not mistaken. Now he wrote, I think he had many great descendants also. This is some of the descendants I just mentioned. Among his books that he would actually publish was Paga'it Avraham, which is a Shilot book, Chidushim teachings and Drushim, letters sermons and Piyutim, poems, which was in manuscript form. The Me'at Achal, which was Sefer on Mishlei, the book of Proverbs, that was, I think, originally also in a manuscript form. And the Achal V'Chai Le'olam, which was Sefer on the book of Psalms, Tehillim, also once again in manuscript form over here. Now, he passed away in the 1886, as we said before. He was buried in the old city of Haifa, that burial plot over there in itself, and was famous rabbi of his time, one of the famous Moroccan rabbis who would go to the land of Israel, especially during the during the mid-1800s, but passed away in the 1886. Now, friends, we're a community here. We're learning about the great Oriental rabbis of yesteryear. Now, if you descend from any of the great Chachamim we are speaking about, please let me know. I would love to hear more. If you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please subscribe now to the channel. We're coming close to 7,000 members already, which is a phenomenal achievement. If anyone is interested in watching these videos, please share the videos also to other people. Also, we're a community here. We love learning about the great rabbis of yesterday. Now, we've already covered inside the series nearly about 1,000 Chachamim of great Oriental Spanish countries, also, which is an absolutely phenomenal achievement over here. We're one of the only, let's say, online encyclopedias in the language of English exploring the history of the great Sephardi Rabbanim over here, which is a beauty about the channel also. And a special treat of being in the ultra-Orthodox city of Ramat Bet Shemesh Bet. I'll leave you with a minute or two scenes which I just came from the holy city of Bnei Brak, and explore this city, enjoy the journey, and please subscribe to the channel. Okay, friends, this is the city of Ramat Bet Shemesh Bet, the rabbi was speaking about, because the rabbi we've spoken about today was an early rabbi that made Aliyah to Israel in the 1850s and very much was part of the city of Haifa. So I thought as a special treat for all of you, you'll see some of the scenes of the city of Bet Shemesh, ultra-Orthodox area of Ramat Bet Shemesh Bet, here on this Rosh Chodesh Sivan at the time we're recording it. Remember, the Hilula of the rabbi we're speaking about was in the month of Nisan, so this is out of chronological order, because usually the biography videos we are recording of the great rabbis of yesteryear are from, I usually record at the time, the week of their Hilula respectively. But this great rabbi was in Nisan over here. You can see the fields of Israel. We're actually in a famous street connected to Nahar HaYarden over here in the city of Bet Shemesh. Over here. So you can just see some scenes of the city on this specific day. Just a special treat. We're speaking about a great Moroccan rabbi from Tetouan. We've already related over in the series maybe about 20 rabbis that actually came from Tetouan respectively. Probably at least 150 rabbis from Morocco also we've spoken about inside the series, which is absolutely phenomenal. We're spoken about a head rabbi in Haifa. Hopefully we'll be able to visit Haifa at one stage and maybe visit the areas he lived in at various different times.
התחנה הבאה, שדרות נהר הירדן, רבי יהודה הנשיא. נוסעים נכבדים, יש לתקף בכל נסיעה את כרטיס הרב-קו או היישומון.
5.53.
שדרות נהר הירדן, רבי יהודה הנשיא.
We're just touring some of the ultra-Orthodox area here in the city of Bet Shemesh as a special treat. We've spoken about Rabbi Khalfon, if anyone's tuning in today's video over here. We're just doing an extra tidbit of just a small scenes of Israel. This is a channel that loves Israel. We are.
התחנה הבאה, שדרות נהר הירדן, רבי לויטס. שדרות נהר הירדן, רבי לויטס. התחנה הבאה, תלמוד תורה מגן אבות, נהר הירדן. תלמוד תורה מגן אבות, נהר הירדן. התחנה הבאה, שדרות נהר הירדן, רפאל. נוסעים נכבדים, יש לתקף בכל נסיעה את כרטיס הרב-קו או היישומון. תודה. שדרות נהר הירדן, רפאל.
Okay, thanks very much again for watching, and please like the video, share the video, share everyone else, and subscribe now. So wishing all a Chodesh Tov. I'm recording this from the time of the Hebrew month of Sivan. So wishing you all a great day, and thank you very much.